Today I'm going to take the Life in the UK test to see if I qualify as a British citizen. I don't stand a chance. Okay, so I've heard through my overseas friends a lot of comments about this Life in the UK test that the government require potential British citizens to take. The most common point is the questions and the relevance to living here in the UK. So I thought, British born and bred, been here for 49 years, I think I would give it a go and just see how good or bad I am at this particular test. Now, my geography and my history, which apparently there's quite a lot of, is terrible. With British history and so on. So I'm going to look at this and I'm not expecting to get 100%. I'm hoping I'll pass, but you can be the judge of my my results as well as the percentage. So the way it works is you have 45 minutes and you're given like 24 questions. They're multiple choice and you've got to pass a 75% pass mark or more. And these are based on things such as the values and principles of the UK, what is the UK, along an illustrious history. I didn't word this is actually officially their titles. A modern thriving history, definitely not my title. The UK government, the law and your role. So the government site has got all the information you need to apply and take the test. There's an official Life in the UK website supported by the Home Office that has some free mock tests, and there's even an official Life in the UK user guide. Woohoo! There are many websites that provide you with support on mock tests as well. However, there's some questionable ones that are filled with wrong answers, so some of them are just hysterical. You just need to be careful which sites you pick from. So I've been looking through all these sites and looking for one that will give me a good fair test and close to as possible the questions relevant to the official test that you take. And I found one, and I'm going to give it. I've gave it a go. I'm going to push the results here. Now, obviously the test is 45 minutes. I don't want you to sit through that. So this is going to be a cut down version of me taking that test. Hope you enjoy it at my expense. Right, glasses on. I'm actually nervous and I shouldn't be. This is not as if I'm going to get kicked out if I get it wrong, but I'm actually feeling nervous about doing this. We've got a reputation if anything's on the line. Let's give this a go and start it off. Right, question 1. Which of these forts were part of Hadrian's wall? I have no idea. Isn't there like a dozen forts along that wall? Are you supposed to know all of them? Housesteads, Skara Brae, Sutton Hoo, Vindolanda. I thought that was a curry. Okay, Housesteads, Skara Brae. That sounds familiar. That's like a really old village, isn't it, in Scotland? I don't think it's that. It's got to be Sutton Hoo, isn't it? Sutton Hoo. Oh, it was the curry. Right, all right. Next. In the pop art movement of the 1960s, I'm doing well, history again, who was the famous artist born in 1937 and renowned for his contribution? I have no idea. I don't know how many of them are actually famous artists. So if there's any trick ones in here, I ain't got a clue. Eduardo Palozzi, David Hockney, Peter Blake, Richard Hamilton. This could be the lineup for the Monkeys for all I care. Oh no, David. Richard Hamilton. It was David Hock. Oh, okay, right. Not too fast because we'll never have a clue. Number 3. Out of the following, which film was the earliest in 1949? I don't think this is at all relevant to anyone who's going to be a British citizen. And if you're a foreigner, unless you're British, you're never going to understand the humour of anything by the Centurions movies. You have to have a particular sense of humour along the lines of Carry On movies. Chariots of Fire is later. I know that's later. 70s, I think that was. I don't know, I'm going to go with Don't Look Now. Didn't know. And don't think I've seen any of them anyway. Not even the Centurions. Okay, number 4. In the 19th century, the UK became a world centre for which of the following sectors or industries? Financial services, agriculture, entertainment, or winemaking? Winemaking, no. Entertainment, not in the 19th century, I don't think. Financial services or agriculture? It's got to be one of those two, isn't it? Let's go with agriculture. Oh. Okay, 4 questions in and I haven't got one right yet. This is really going well. Okay, number 5. Who succeeded Margaret Thatcher as Prime Minister? That was John Major. There he is. Let's give him a click. That's okay. I'm on the ball now. Or at least I've started with one. So, okay. In the UK, drugs such as heroin, cocaine, ecstasy, amphetamines and cannabis are allowed for personal use, all illegal, all illegal except for cannabis. Yeah, there's been a few people in Britain that will actually go, yeah, definitely D. You might end up living next door to one of them. You'll know they're the ones that their bongs are washed more than their dishes. Sorry. It's got to be all legal. Your thing is, you sit there normally and go, right, it's definitely that. But when you're sitting here under this pressure, you're second guessing. No, it's got to be all legal. Even cannabis is a Class B drug. Yeah. Oh, I think that's to make sure that you are aware of that. Got no excuses when you start bringing your drugs in overseas in suitcases. Right. Okay. When were women allowed to vote? Oh God. Okay, it's not D. They were allowed to vote. This is all before World War II. They were allowed to vote, and I'm sure 10 years later, the age dropped to meet the minimum that men, which was 21. I'm sure. I'm going to go with 1918. And it could be 1908 or 1918. It's got to be one of them two, because when the year dropped down to 21 age, minimum age, that was all before World War II. I know that. The suffragette movement. I'm sure I'm going to go with 1918. Yes. I don't know why I'm getting excited. Pressure. Okay, what is the meaning of Magna Carta? Great Charter, King's Charter, Final Charter, Enlightened Charter. So just Latin. Magna is magnificent, it's great. It's got to be the Great Charter. There we go. There we go. It's cool. Excellent. Next. Britain, or British Mainland, is made up of which countries? That's England, Wales and Scotland. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. That's relevant. I can imagine that being relevant. And Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom, which is Britain plus Northern Ireland. Good. What is the traditional meat served for Christmas dinner? Turkey. I know, I cook it. Next. Who was the 5th wife of King Henry? There had to be a King Henry VIII in there somewhere. Not exactly a king to be proud of in country. Right. Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour, Anne of Cleves, Catherine Howard. It's got to be Catherine Howard. And then the 6th one was Catherine Jenkins. There you go. Or Catherine Zeta-Jones, one of them. Anyway, right. Next. Okay, I'm on a roll now. The Northern Ireland Assembly, I was on a roll. The Northern Ireland Assembly has how many elected members? Known as, I have no idea. I'm not even going to read the rest of the question. I'm going to guess. Let's go with 118. Looks like a good number. No, it was 108. Okay, no, sorry. Sorry to Northern Ireland people. Haven't got a clue. It'd be nice to know how many Northern Ireland people actually know that as well. Next, which patron saint is celebrated first in the year? That's St. David. If I don't know that, my mum's side of the family will kill me. St. David first. There we go. Then it's St. Patrick, then St. George, then St. Andrew. Right. Next. In which year was the National Trust founded by 3 volunteers? I have no idea. Shall we just guess at somewhere in the 1800s? And then I've got 3 to choose from. Let's go with 1875. 1895. It's not something I'm really going to want to come in and go, ooh, let's go to that really lovely building that's sort of looked after by National Trust. Oh, when were they actually founded, by the way? Stonehenge is in the English county of, that's Wiltshire. It's nice when you actually visit these things. It does help. There we go. Next. 16. The 15th century civil war in England was fought between the supporters of which houses? Okay, this is the only bit of history that I'm actually quite okay with. That was the House of York. They were the White Rose. And the House of Lancaster, which was the Red Rose. The War of the Roses. Super duper. Next. Who should you contact to get a national insurance number? I didn't. I just got it through the post. So I would never have a clue. I'm going to guess... since it's all relevant to I'm going to go with the Department for Work and Pensions. It seems the only logical one out of 4 of them. There we go, bit of logic working there rather than knowledge. The Proms is a summer season of orchestral classical music. Now it's the 7th of September 2020. I'm pretty sure the Proms is going on now. It doesn't help me. But I know it's the BBC that does this. And BBC do like to drag things on. It's a bit like a EastEnders plot. Goes on for weeks and then you just get bored of it at the end of it. I do like classical music. I don't really see the Proms. It's either 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Do you know, it's BBC. Let's go with 8 weeks. They do like to drag things on. Yeah, there we go. Next. If anyone works for the BBC, apologies, but it's true. The symbol of the House of Tudor. Oh, we had this. Oh, the Tudor. Was it A red rose? No. White rose? No. A red rose with a white rose inside it, or a white rose with a red inside it? Oh, God. Is it C or D? Oh. It's one of those ones you want to Google the picture. I'm going to go with a red rose. It makes more sense to be a red rose, a natural colour of the rose with a white rose inside it. So I'm going to go with the red rose. Happy. Okay, I'm happy. Right. Question 20. Where is the Scottish Parliament building? So this is power of deduction, really, because it's not Westminster. It's not Senedd, because that's Wales, Senedd. Stormont sounds more Northern Ireland than Holyrood. So I'm going to go Stormont is Northern Ireland. I think Holyrood is Scottish. Right. If I'm again, Scottish friends, apologies for not knowing that. All I know is in Edinburgh. So that's about it. Next. What is the second sentence of the Citizenship Pledge? I have never have a clue about this. I will give my loyalty to the United Kingdom and respect its rights and freedoms. I will be faithful to and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It sounds like that would be first. You know, give your pledge to the King and country, so Queen or country. So probably BA. I will observe the laws and faithfully and fulfil my duties and obligations as a British citizen. So being a British citizen is the final denouncement. So I would say that's last. I will hold up its democratic value. I would say that's the third. So if there were that an order of 4 things, it would be Queen and country, then loyalty to the United Kingdom, then democratic value, then British citizen. That's how I would guess. So let's go with A as the second sentence. What? Oh, change that. That's wrong. Wrong order. Queen. Oh, okay, I'm not going to argue with it, but it's wrong. So, pants. We shall fight them on the beaches. There's a famous quote from World War II by which figure? That's Winston Churchill. It wouldn't be Elizabeth. She wasn't on the throne then. There we go. She was too busy building engines and repairing them. Right, Winston Churchill next. Around 4,000 years ago, people learned to make bronze. We call this... Right, let me pause the video. It's going to take me a while to think about this one. It's nice to have a little one in there. You think, oh God, I think I've just built your I could have done with that at question 1. Okay, last one. Which of the following are known as Crown Dependencies? Right, Crown Dependencies. That would be Jersey. That's a Crown Dependency. Gibraltar's British overseas. Northern Ireland, United Kingdom. Isle of Man is a Crown Dependency. So it's going to be A and D. And I don't want to click anymore because it'll make you go wrong. So I think that's right. Okay, that was the last question. Did I pass? Oh, what was that? I think that's one. If I'd got one more, I'd have probably nicked it. I failed. So John Day Q&A video channel will no longer be running from Great Britain. I'll be deported and probably filming this from somewhere else. I failed. I failed. The thing is, if that test is very close to, as it's claimed, that one is very close to the exam, there's a lot of history in there. A lot of history, and not very much about current culture that you'd need to live in the United Kingdom. I could think of some much more relevant questions than those. They were a bit pants. So yeah, I mean, it's very history, little bit geography, nothing in there that I could see. But then that's not to say that is how the exam actually is going to run. That could be just the random set of questions that I got. But they normally divide them into like 4 or 6 questions from each of the 5 chapters, if you know what I mean. So you'd get like 5 questions from chapter 1, 5 questions from chapter 2, and they all get mixed up. That's how I thought it would work. They seem to be very historic. But there you go, I failed. So okay, you know the drill. This is how it works. Any comments, any questions, you can send to the description of this video below, or any other description on my video channels. Post to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. In fact, if you can think of any decent life in the UK questions that should be on the test, you could post them here. I'm already getting some good ideas from some of my friends, so I might do a video later on some recommended life in the UK questions. If you want one of your questions on there, get it in there early and I'll post that in the next video release. Stay safe everybody and have fun.